So how do I close high ticket clients in the DMs? Well, it's actually much simpler than what you might think. It doesn't take a crazy funnel. It doesn't take these insane automations or crazy offers and the guarantees and bonuses and all the things that you may see other people doing. It doesn't take that at all. All it takes is 4 simple daily actions. And so in this video, I'm going to break down what those 4 daily actions are. So if you want to go and make sales in the DMs yourself, then you can go ahead and start today. So let's start with number 1. Number 1, pretty simple, is you have to post content daily. Now, posting content daily doesn't mean that it has to be manually posted, right? It doesn't mean you have to be making content daily. It doesn't mean that the content has to be you actively showing up every day. You might batch your content, right? You might automate certain things. But the point is you need to be having content showing up daily in front of your ideal client, right? In front of the person you're trying to attract, person you want to work with. Now, the key thing with that content, also, it doesn't have to be just Instagram content. It can be your YouTube content like this. It can be email. It can be whatever platform it is that you prefer to use. You just want to be having something going out daily in some way. Now, that content really has to do 2 things, right? It has to sell people on you. It has to sell people on your model, right? Your model is your way of doing things. And that's really its only purpose. Your content is not designed to completely sell people on your offer, right? It's not designed to get someone to, buy straight away. When we talk about pre-selling people, pre-selling is, you pre-sell someone on the idea of how they're going to get to the outcome, right? You pre-sell them on the idea that you are the only option, you are the best person for them to help them get to that outcome. That's the only role of your content, is to do those 2 things, right? Nothing else, nothing more. That's its only goal. And so that's the first step, right? The second step is that you want to take that content and you're going to make offers to your audience every day. Now, an offer, again, can show up in different places. An offer might be in your stories. It could be in the content, on the video. Again, where you make the offer doesn't matter too much. What matters more is what the offer actually is. Now, when I say an offer doesn't mean you're trying to sell to people. An offer is a simple way where you get people to raise their hands and show interest in working with you, right? And so it could be you're offering them to grab a lead magnet, right? It could be you're offering them to watch one of your YouTube videos. It could be you're offering them to work with you. It could be you're offering them to buy something from you, right? The whole point is that an offer every day is just designed to move people further down your funnel. If you want to call it a funnel, I don't, but if you want to call it a funnel, then you can. That's all an offer is designed to do. Again, it's not designed to make someone buy, it's just designed to make them go a bit further into your ecosystem, right, into your engine. And so if we can get people to binge, then typically they will buy, right, or at least they're more likely to buy. And so that's the whole idea of an offer. And so to recap, you have your content that's designed to bring the right people to you, to sell them on you, to sell them on your model. The offer is then designed to give them an option to dive deeper, right? It gives them an option to dive deeper, whether that's paid or free. And it also gives you clear data and clear understanding on what one of your ideas, what one of your messages or content is actually working for you, right? Just give me a second, it's a real busy turning. I want to make sure I get out of here, right? Without pulling out on anyone. There we go. So that's your first 2 steps, okay? Now, third step, what is it? Well, here's the reality, is that your content, your offers, they get people in the door, right? They get people in the door, they get people consuming more of your stuff. And they, again, will do a lot of the kind of heavy lifting for you. I want you to imagine that your content, the offers you're making, are all pieces to a much bigger puzzle, right? And the puzzle is your model, right? It's what it is. It's what you're trying to teach, essentially, right? And so people come to you excited off the back of one piece of the puzzle, right? But not necessarily all of it. Now, people don't have to be sold on every piece of the puzzle to buy from you, but they do need to see the completed puzzle. They need to see that vision, that total outcome you help people with and how you get them there, to fully understand and fully grasp what it is you do, right? And that's where the third step comes into play, which is a VSL. A VSL, video sales letter, Again, pretty simple. It's a 10, 15, 20-minute video that just takes all of your puzzle pieces. It takes all of the individual topics and mechanisms, the most important ones. It brings them together into a single video that explains, hey, here's the outcome you want. Here are the individual mechanisms that I teach to get you there. Here's how it all works together as a system, right? This is the completed puzzle. Here's some proof, and if you want to work with me, come and DM me, right? That's what a VSL is. My example of that is a link down below this video, right? If you want to check it out, you can just click the link and go and watch it. And so drive people to that to that video. So your content brings people to you, the right people. It pre-sells them on the first kind of components of you and your model. Your offers then get people to dive deeper into more content, into offers, into impulse offers, into the VSL. The VSL is then really your conversion asset, right? It's the asset that when people watch it, you want that video to be that turning point of this is not this is my guy or girl, but the turning point of I'm reaching out now, right? Not that I'm going to reach out in the future. The VSL is designed to try to get people to act now and to reach out. Now, it doesn't always work like that. Some people watch a VSL and they know they want to reach out, but maybe the timing's not right, whatever. The point is, it's a conversion asset. It's not designed to, get lots of followers and to, go viral. It's not that type of video. It's a conversion asset. The final step, right, the full step you have to do daily to make sales in the DMs is then when people message you off the back of that VSL, is to then send them what we call your offer doc. Offer doc, pretty simple. It's your one-page document that explains what your offer actually is. Now that can be a Notion doc I use, it can be a Google doc. It doesn't really matter, again, what it's made on, but it just simply tells people logistically, this is what I do, this is the offer. And again, that is not a sales page, right? It's a very clear difference here. Sales page, you are trying to sell people on you, right? Your model, your proof, all of those things, and the offer itself. But that's what our content, that's what the daily offers, that's what our VSL does for us, right? So when someone gets to this stage in a conversation, they are 95% pre-sold, right? The final 5% is simply logistics. How does it work? How long is it? Is it one-to-one? Is it group? How much money is it? It's simply logistics. And so you put all of those four things together, you do those activities every day consistently, and you improve, refine, you make adjustments based on who you're attracting and your data, then you will make sales in the DMs, right? It's simple, and that's why people doubt it, right? That's why people say it seems too simple. Like, how will that even work? How can I sell, $5, $6, $7, or $3,000 offers in a DMs? And it's like, well, you just do those four things, and you've got a very high likelihood you'll be able to do it. However, to throw a spanner in the works, there is one thing that if you do not get this right, doing those four things together every day will not matter, right? You will not make sales. And that final thing is understanding that it's not just about doing the strategy, it's about attracting the type of people that will resonate with that, and the type of people that will actually buy in the DMs, right? And this all comes down to marketing psychology and sort of awareness stages. I'll quickly break it down for you. The way I like to explain it is you're trying to attract people, you're not trying to convince people, right? You're not trying to convince, you're trying to confirm. What does that mean? Well, your traditional funnel, traditional way of selling, it's all about convincing someone, convincing them that, hey, this is not your problem, this is your problem, right? Problem awareness content. You've probably been told to do that, or seen people say to do that. That's what convincing is all about, is, hey, you think this is the problem. No, it's not. This is the problem. And so you're constantly trying to convince people that, hey, this is the problem, or hey, I'm the right person, or hey, or whatever it is, okay? Now, confirming is a different angle. Confirming is where you're taking someone who they already know what the problem is, right? They're problem aware. They're already actively looking for a solution, right? So it's, say my example, someone that I can help, they know their problem is their offer, right? Or they know their problem is their content strategy and they're not attracting the right people. They already know and they're looking for a solution because they want to fix their content, stop selling on sales calls, and sell in the DMs. Hence why I'm doing this video. right? And so for that person, I'm not going to try to convince them that, hey, content's not your problem, because it bloody is, right? And you know it. So, or whatever it is. So by confirming, what we create is what we call alignment. And alignment is why people buy from you and not from someone else, right? And why they see you as the only option. Because someone can reach out to one of the other coaches in the space, and all they have to hear are a few words, a few sentences that stop them feeling aligned, right? Because the other coach starts to say, oh, well, actually, your problem is this, it's not that. As a high-level buyer, when you're buying, you don't want to be told that what you're thinking is wrong. That's just reality, right? You, as a high-level buyer, you know what's wrong, right? It's like someone trying to tell you that what you think isn't real. Again, as a high-level buyer, it's like, no, I've been here before. You've posted the content, you've got the clients, you've got growth already, you started to scale, you've had these problems. It's like, this is not your first rodeo. It's like you've done this many times. You don't need to be told by someone that what you think is your problem is not actually your problem. Now, whether that your problem actually is your problem or not, that's something you actually figure out when you work with the person. But from a sales, from a marketing perspective, there's no point trying to convince someone because it creates tension, right? It creates misalignment. So confirm, right? You confirm what they're feeling. You empathize with what they're feeling. You say, yes, this is the problem. Maybe the way you've tried to solve it hasn't worked for you. Maybe we need to do it a different way. And that's solution awareness, where you go, a little bit, you can give a different option. But it's about confirming, right? And if you can confirm how they feel, you confirm that the problem they have is the problem that they need to solve. You confirm that the way they want to solve the problem, no sales calls, big team, whatever it is, if you can confirm that solution and the path to the goal is great, it's good, and it's how you do it as well, then you create that alignment. And that alignment is then what creates the mental checklist, the subconscious feeling of, this is my person, this is my guy, this is my gal. It's not the funnel, right? It's not the strategy, it's not the content, it's the alignment. And the alignment comes from confirming, it doesn't come from convincing, okay? So you put all of those things together and you will be able to sell in the DMs, high ticket coaching programs, online courses, whatever it is you want to be selling, you'll be able to do it. Anyway, now I am off to play some golf, go to the spa, do some work, have some food. So I'll leave you to it. Thanks for your time. Hope you enjoyed the video. You can watch my VSL down below, but if not, appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one.